My name is Paul Dannenfelser, and I'm the president of AFSCME, Local 1723 at Temple University. And I just want to spend a couple of minutes to bring you up to date on our most recent contract proposals to the university. As you all know, we have not met with them for quite a while. We had met pretty extensively with Temple during our first few months of negotiations with them. And then when things kind of broke down, they turned their attention to the faculty, who have also been in pretty long contract negotiations with the university. But in May of this year, the university contacted us and wanted to sit down and talk about where we were at with our contract and with our proposals, and to see if there were any changes or modifications. So that May 21st meeting was really a checking in time to see what had changed for us and what new proposals we might be putting forward on to settle our contract. At that meeting, we decided with the university to come back on June 3rd with some comprehensive proposals and changes and modifications to what we had proposed before, and to present that to the university, which is what we did. So on June 3rd, we put forward to the university our modified proposals, and it was a very comprehensive list, pages of material, that really went through all of the areas that were still needed to be negotiated. And those areas really break down into three broad categories, things that we have proposed since the very beginning. And they can be summarized in this way. The first is benefits that the university published shortly after we signed our last contract in their employee manual. And in that manual, the university granted benefits that we didn't have, to non-bargaining employees here at the university, and things that we think our members should also have, and fairness dictates that our members do have. So let me give you a couple examples of what those things are. They are things like enhanced bereavement leave. They are things like not turning over our jury duty pay when we're out on jury duty. These are all things that they're doing for other people here at the university. Some of the bigger ones involve vacation time. We all have to wait 3.5 years to get 3 weeks vacation. This would accelerate that so that people have vacation, 3 weeks vacation right from day one, rather than waiting for 3.5 years. And then something we've been asking for a long time, tuition remission for spouses of T26 and above. We believe that this is something that should be available to all of our members, but right now the university does provide it for spouses of T26 and above, so we're using that as a starting point. These are all things that are given to employees here now and should be given to our members as well. So that was the first area. The second area involved fair share fee. And fair share fee is simply a fee from people who choose not to join the union, but are represented by the union. Everybody in our bargaining unit is represented by our union. So they receive representation in grievance, in arbitration. We represent them and bargain for them in our contract. And it is only fair that if they choose not to join the union, that they pay a fee for the services that they receive. Those fees are determined by an auditor who looks at our expenses and determines what that fee should be, and it's all done in a way that follows the law, and then people are notified that they can either join the union or pay this fee. That is something we think is fair. That is something that should be done for our union. It is something that is done in many places, and is done in Temple pretty extensively. There are only 3 unions here on campus that are either not fair share unions or are not union shops. That's us, the faculty union, and the graduate assistants. So we think that's fair, and that should be done. Here's how we modified our proposal, though, on June 3rd. We said to the university, since your concern is a promise that you made to employees earlier who joined the university, that they could either join the union or didn't have to join the union, we would pick a date together with the university that would be going forward, so that not everybody who's been here for years and years would be required to either pay this fee or join the union. Again, this is very common, it's fair, it's a reasonable proposal, and it doesn't cost the university anything, and we think that this should be done. The last area that we have talked to the university about is our wages. And we have said from the very beginning that our employees, all of our employees, deserve a fair, across-the-board raise each year of the contract to represent the cost of living increase that they experience. The university has responded by wanting to take our cost of living increase and divide that up in an unequal way, giving some people more and some people less based on the performance development plans that are filled out by all of our employees. We think that's not the best way to reward performance. We think that is a system that opens itself up to abuses, that gives too much arbitrary power to deans and directors, and that we think a fairer way to do that is to give a fair across-the-board raise to all of our employees. But we modified that proposal to acknowledge and to answer the need of the university to reward immediate past performance. And what we did to address that is say to the university that if employees score a 2.0 or better on their performance development plan, then they would be entitled to a bonus, a one-time payment to them for the immediate past year performance. We think that is also a more fair way to address it and answers the university's need to reward immediate past performance. It makes no sense to give people into their base pay for year after year a reward that is based on 1 year of performance. So again, we think that this protects what we have said to all of our employees, that they all deserve a fair across-the-board raise that is reflective of the cost of living that we all experience each year, that goes up each year, and then a bonus that is given to employees for their immediate past performance. We've given this proposal to the university on June 3rd. We met with them again on July 7th, where they responded in part to our proposals, but we wait for a more full response from the university about the proposals we put forward to you.